Doctor Doom is hailed as one of the greatest Marvel villains of all time. A sorcerer who rules over a country with an iron grip. He came from humble origins and rose to greatness. But Doctor Doom isn't the only person that holds the name of Doom and is a supervillain. Daniel Dumele's rap persona MF Doom is hailed as one of the greatest rappers of all time, a lyrical wizard. He has a devoted dick-riding fan base that has an obsession with capital letters. Both of these Dooms have done many bad things in their lives. Doctor Doom took over the multiverse, and MF Doom sent Doombots to concerts to perform instead of him. They both have enemies. Doctor Doom has beef with the Fantastic Four, and MF Doom possibly has a couple pissed off fans. But with them being literal clones of each other, one may start to wonder which one is better. But an underground rapper and some comic character can't really be compared. That's what most mortals would think. But that is what makes them mortal. See, they can be compared. Let me explain. Have you not seen how MF Doom is moving in his songs and his music videos? This man is the supervillain of rap. So his villainy can be compared to Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom also has something that can be compared to MF Doom too. See, every good villain monologues. Right before the villain turns all the people in London into rats, he starts yapping to the dying hero's face, telling the hero every facet and contingency of his master plan. Of course, that's what fucks over the villain. The hero goes full Super Saiyan mode and curb stops the villain right after the villain finishes monologue. And because the villain told the hero every part of his master plan, his plan gets foiled like a hot dog at a campsite. But even though most monologues are the villain's downfall, for those 2 minutes of them yapping about their life goals and life story, the villains are cooking. They are throwing down triple entendres every other line, and all their iconic quotes come from their monologues. Yeah, some villains don't cook on their monologues. Like a couple of them yap about how their motivations are some kid called their hand-me-down fit shit, so they want to destroy all the designer clothes in the world. But Doctor Doom isn't one of those wishy-washy villains. This motherfucker is cold. Doctor Doom is the type of guy to be spitting straight bars on his monologues. This wordsmithing prowess in these monologues can be compared to Doom's rapping. And since these two villains can be compared, which Doom is the better supervillain? I'm just gonna spoil this shit straight out, but MF Doom's better. But why? MF Doom sweeps Doctor Doom's deformed, burn victim, Deadpool-looking ass across 4 separate categories that make a character a good villain. Their level of supervillainy, their lyrical prowess, their fits, and finally, their fighting skills. First off, villainy. Starting with Doctor Doom's level of villainy. Doctor Doom is an interesting guy. His main motivations for villainy are his face got fucked up in an accident, and he seeks revenge on the people he blames for the accident, but in reality, it's really his ego that fucked him over and caused the accident, not the other people that he blames. The accident was caused by a failed experiment in an MIT-type university, and the failed experiment got his ass booted out. So then, like he's a lone wolf or some shit, he heads to the mountains of Tibet and almost dies. Gets saved by a couple monks, learns their mystic ways, pulls a Christmas story and gets a piece of metal stuck to his face, then goes back to a now probably communist and behind the Iron Curtain country that he calls home, and stages a coup, takes over the country, becomes its king, and then starts beefing with the Fantastic Four because Reed Richards told him that his machine that didn't work wouldn't work. So he blames Reed Richards for the accident when Reed Richards was trying to prevent the accident by telling him that his machine was going to fail. Basically, this guy's an egotistical dumbass who has a shitty excuse to be evil and has a positively brain-dead reason to beef with the Fantastic Four. He did take over the multiverse, which is pretty villainous, but his motives for doing that were more of like an anti-hero move rather than a supervillain one. Compared to MF Doom's level of villainy, who has the origins of a villain on the level of Darkseid, MF Doom's origin story is that he was in a triad rap group, and his brother, one of the members, died before the group's second album was about to be released, leaving Doom to have to finish the album solo, only for the label to drop the group due to the album's cover. This left Doom practically homeless on the streets of New York. He returned to the world of rap years later after vowing his revenge on the industry that wronged him. Like, that origin story, in my opinion, is one of the greatest villain origin stories of all time. Like, if I went through that shit, I would turn into the fucking Joker. And from the list of escapades in MF Doom's magnum opus, Mad Villainy, Doom is clearly more of a supervillain than Doctor Doom has ever been. Thus, I have to say, MF Doom is better in terms of villainy. The next criteria these villains will be judged on is lyricism. I really don't think I need to break down every monologue Doctor Doom has made since his conception. This man is not holding a candle to MF Doom. MF Doom has created some tear-bringing, heaven-opening rhyming schemes in his time, whereas Doctor Doom has had his character ruined every time he has shown his armored truck looking ass face on the big screen. Like, this guy hasn't even had the chance to throw down a couple bars or iconic lines on the screen because all the Fantastic Four movies that he has been in have been straight cheeks. Like, the Reed Richards from the Multiverse of Madness hands are probably better than these Fantastic Four movies. So yet another point to MF Doom. Our next criteria are the villain's fits. You cannot be a good villain while wearing some fast fashion you bought from Shein. Doctor Doom's fit is decent. The Dementor type robe and the cape look pretty fire. But then he ruins the fit. This man has the audacity to put a pilgrim belt over the robe, then crop the robe at his waist, so now he has the ugly ass medieval armor covered legs sticking out. And then he has the sleeves of his robe cut off, so now instead of the robe, which looked good, he has the medieval archer tunic on. His base fit makes him look like a cursed crossover between a medieval knight, Robin Hood, and a Gymshark athlete. Now, even though his base skin is kind of cheeks, Doctor Doom can sometimes cook with the wardrobe. Like when he puts on the Voldemort robe and the mask, shit looks fire as fuck. But even when he's fully dripped out on the balcony of his castle overlooking his kingdom, where there's a sun setting in the background, he cannot match the pure style of MF Doom. This guy got the mask, which is a crossover between that fire mask from Gladiator and the Doctor Doom mask. He has a trench coat, which squad wipes any robe game that Doctor Doom has, and MF Doom's masterstroke, the bowler hat, which finishes off the look of a New York PI from the 1950s. The pure immaculate beauty of this fit. This fit is probably the greatest villain attire ever. So yet another point to MF Doom. The final category of judgment is who has better hands. Now, the logical answer to this question would be Doctor Doom. After all, Doctor Doom has gone toe-to-toe, tip-to-tip, with superheroes like Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four. And he once even beat the purple out of Thanos. Compared to MF Doom, whose hands have only been displayed in the all-caps music video. But the skills displayed in this video, I think, are enough to murk Doctor Doom. The first of MF Doom's abilities that are displayed in this video are his super strength. He throws around a couple government agents like they're rag dolls, and he breaks through some ropes that were trying to tie him to a chair like they were paper. The MF Doom in this video is also tall as hell, like he's standing around 10 feet tall. Like the juice that Doom and his scientist buddy were hit with at the start of the video must have been some powerful shit, because MF Doom is just cooking everyone he comes across in this video. MF Doom, along with the super strength, also got some Muhammad Ali type movement. Like he dodged a full-on laser blast with a little Peter Rabbit type hop. Even though MF Doom has some serious hands and he's got some incredible movement, him and Doctor Doom in a fight would still be close. But MF Doom isn't losing that shit. Even though Doctor Doom may be a Hogwarts graduate and shit, he's only 6'2". Like, I know when he gets in the ring with a juiced up MF Doom, he is going to be getting slapped around like he's Aquaman when facing something that doesn't live in the ocean. So once again, another point to MF Doom. Thus, MF Doom is a better villain than Doctor Doom, and Marvel should revive MF Doom and have him star in the new Fantastic Four movie instead of Robert Downey Jr.